Hey, and welcome to video number 3. Let's talk about firewalls and antivirus softwares. Now, in the context that I am speaking of, these are two different things. The purpose of an antivirus software is to detect viruses that might be coming in through email attachments or viruses that might be coming through other sites that you visit while you're visiting, them real time. Now, that's when antivirus softwares are most effective. Now, a lot of times we see companies bundle antivirus softwares, firewalls, spyware, all into one big package. But the reality of it all is that you need to segment them and figure out, okay, what is this company really good at? Because specific companies are really good at firewalls, some are really good at viruses, and some are really good at spyware. Now, with the experience that I have with dealing with all of these softwares, working for an IT security company, and so forth, I am able to tell you, kind of from my experience, what has worked and what really hasn't. So what I found is over the years is that if you find softwares that focus specifically on an area, then that's actually better. For example, Zone Alarm is a firewall system, and they've been around for many, many years. And from all the different firewall softwares that I've used personally, I found that Zone Alarm tends to be the best. And I've used them almost since they started. Now, the firewall in this case, the way it acts is that every time you have like a software, maybe your antivirus software, or even another software that you've downloaded onto your computer, and it's trying to access the internet. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, if you think about it, with some softwares, they're trying to access the internet because they need to. But some softwares should not be accessing the internet. Maybe that's a way for them to send the data back to the hacker or to the prying eyes that should not be prying on your computer. And that's the reason for a firewall. Firewall enables you to block incoming and outgoing traffic. So sites that might be trying to access your computer, it'll let you know. Or some softwares that are trying to access the internet, Zone Alarm will let you know. So if you go to zonealarm.com, you'll actually see that they do provide other things like antivirus and so forth. But their main priority, or what I found over the years, is their main expertise has been firewalls. Now, you can actually download the free version right here. They have free antivirus plus firewall. But in my experience, I have found their firewall itself good enough. Because one thing you'll find is that when you begin to install antivirus software, spyware software, firewall software, tons of other software, you will notice kind of a slowdown of your computer. Because keep in mind that all these softwares are analyzing everything that is happening on your computer. So just keep that in mind. It will slow down your computer down a little bit. So you don't want too many softwares on your computer that are analyzing your computer. So that's why I say segment them. Stick with firewall, stick with antivirus software, and stick with a company that focuses on spyware. So what I like about Zone Alarm, let me open it right now. But as you can see, I'm using the free firewall here. And you can see that I am protected in terms of a firewall. Identity and data is also protected. But if I click on View Details, you can actually see what applications have possibly been blocked due to dangerous behaviors. And I can always click on those to unblock them if I want to. You can also block specific softwares and zones and things like that. So I can see the outgoing and the incoming. Like what kind of IP addresses could be trying to come into my computer and out to my computer. Now keep in mind, this is just a firewall that sits on an individual computer. You'll still need to be connected to, for example, a router that is secure and has a firewall as well. But that's something that your cable company or internet company is most likely going to set up for you. We're dealing with computer security. You can also look at the other options that they provide, but just want to make sure that you understand you definitely want to have a firewall, whether it's Zone Alarm or another reputable software. And just keep in mind that you want to make sure you do your due diligence. So go out on Google and type something like Zone Alarm reviews. Obviously, you're going to get some people that will have complaints, some people with positives, but overall, you want to look for a company that is reputable enough that are getting the majority of positives. Now, let's talk about antivirus software. There's one particular software that I'd highly recommend, and it is called Avast. Avast is free. There is an upgrade version, but Avast, in my opinion, is one of the leading antivirus softwares. And there are a lot of ones that cost money, but in my opinion, I like Avast, preferably and because it actually scans in real time. Now, there are other types of antivirus softwares out there like McAfee and other things like that, but Avast has been really good over the years. Now, they also have three different versions here. The free version, as you can see, scans for antiviruses, for spyware, and so forth. Basically, generalized malware protection. But it's mainly these two. If you want to have, for example, like scanning emails and other things like that, you will want to upgrade to the Premier version. And I will say it is worth it. I have it on my own computer right now. And as you can see, it scans real time. So if I'm surfing on the internet and I happen to come across spyware from a specific site, like a free screensaver site or any other free site that happens to pop up, it will scan that site, and if it has a virus, it will tell me and it'll actually remove it right away. And that's what you want. They also have a system that will integrate into your browser. So it's one step further. So it's up to you. What I recommend that you do is just go to Avast and download their free version and try it out. And if you really like it, you can go ahead and upgrade to their other versions. Now, what I like about the Premier version, which is what I have opened up the user interface. You can actually do a quick scan. You can do a full scan. You can clean up your browser, which is where a lot of toolbars and unneeded spyware tends to go. Like, spyware is a different type of virus. It's not really the viruses that we're talking about here, but I'll talk more about it in the next video so you understand the difference and you understand why you need a spyware protection software that's focused on that. So Avast is very good, but it's good for different purposes. So with that said, let's move on to the next video and talk about spyware and malware.